Good morning. It's pitch black, as you can tell. Welcome to another sunrise. Heading down to a place called Rennie's Beach, which is just on the south side of Ulladulla. And I've had a look at Google Maps, and there's a nice sort of rock formation down there. There's a forecast for pretty full-on cloud, so I don't know if we'll see much. But you've got to be in it to win it, so coming down for a try anyway. So I got my two most important pieces of equipment, a head torch and my sunnies for later when the sun actually comes up and I can't see. I am an absolute bandit for forgetting my sunnies and ending up standing on a rock or a beach somewhere at sunrise, squinting because the sun's so bright. Yeah, so I think I've found not necessarily my exact composition, but at least the area I want to look at. There's a nice bit of green moss, and also this pool. It's going to be hard to tell with how dark it is now, but there's a pool of water just there that is absolutely dead still. And on top of that, I've got these cracks, and I've got that crack there, and they're all leading that way, which is going to make nice leading lines into my image. So I've got the polarizing filter on now. The main reason to keep the reflection out of that water, but also to boost the greens and stop reflecting the light off that green moss. But while I'm looking around, I've noticed over there's that little rock ledge, and if a big enough wave comes in, a little waterfall forms just there, and hopefully that might give me a second composition option. So when planning a sunrise, something like this is photo pills, is just invaluable. You can see I've got what they call their augmented reality, and it's showing me, so that over there is where the lighthouse is, that headland, and then you can see exactly where the sun's going to come up, which is just on the right hand side of that. There's an obvious bright patch in the clouds over there, so it's not lying. And yeah, we're only 4 minutes away from sunrise. I don't know if it's actually going to rise because those clouds are pretty thick out there, but yeah, these apps are absolutely magic for planning this sort of thing. 2 minutes from official sunrise, so you can, I don't know if you can see well, but there is just a slight lightening of the sky out beyond that on the right side of that point. That's where the sun's meant to be coming up. Got my trusty assistant there keeping watch. Don't let anyone near that bag, mate. Yeah, good job. So that little waterfall I was enjoying a while ago is now continuously, look, you'll see here, just getting smashed by waves. It ain't no little waterfall anymore. And I was standing just there a second ago. I decided to move back a little bit. Not because of the waves, but because of this composition here I quite liked. That little rock there with the blue little shells on it, the clear pool there. I've still got the polarizer on, so I'll be able to see straight through that, no problem. And this little bit of green cabbage out here, and obviously the leading lines around the coastline there. Yeah, I think I've been pretty lucky actually with the tide, because at high tide there's not going to be much going on here. There's all these rocks underwater, so yeah. So I was just about to say that little waterfall that I was hoping for over there wasn't going to work. The waves, for whatever reason, just weren't coming up high enough anymore. But I've just spotted an actual alternate over here, and it looks fantastic. So I'm going to quickly walk around to this next rock shelf and see if I can't catch that one. Because yeah, that looks really nice. Basically just here, when the water or the waves were coming over this little rocky shelf here, all along there, was turning into a nice little waterfall. So I might try and catch that. Yeah, just like that there, like that. Exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm going to try and catch that for sure. That looks fantastic. So I've got the boots off now. standing in the water here. It's pretty cold water actually. And I'm waiting for the water to come over that little shelf there. But at the same time I need this channel here to be empty so that it's got the maximum overflow or flow over, whatever. But I'm standing here literally camera and tripod in hand to keep it up out of the salt water. And when the moment comes, hopefully I can put the camera down and get the shot I'm after. Yeah, see the problem I've got is if I put the camera down in here and there's water running through here, the camera just jitters with the water going out. I'm going to get a lot of blur movement. So I need this to be basically empty of water at the same time as a wave comes over there. It is very much a matter of timing. I hope I haven't missed my window with the tides. Waves coming in anyway. That's my moment. So you can see it's working, but this channel's full of water. I've been up and down off the sand onto the rock shelf probably 25 times now. I've got a couple of shots, but I still haven't got the one that's in my head. But I'm still going to persevere. I'm hopeful we'll get it. It's a really nice composition actually, so if I get it, it'll look good, but just got to get it. And as I say that, this is quite difficult actually. Here we go, this might look okay. Oh. Oh. Sorry about all that. It's bloody hard work recording video and trying to jump up and down and shoot with this. I would typically have a 2-second timer on to reduce camera shake when I'm doing landscape photography, but in this case, nope, gonna get wet. But in this case, I'm having to be so quick that I'm basically just jumping down, pulling the tripod into the ground as hard as I can and pressing the shutter key, hoping that I've got it all framed up okay. The horizon's never going to be straight in that situation. Look at this. I think I just got it. I think I just got it. Woo! A little bit of celebration, I'll show you that. I think I just got the image I was after, the one I had in my head. It only took about 35 goes, but I got it, I think. I'm hoping, I'm gonna just check it before I bail out, make sure there's no camera shake or anything in there, because I am still using a 1-second shutter speed, obviously, to get that water movement. So I'm hoping there's no camera shake in that. I'll check it, and if that's it, then I'm done, I'm out of here. After, so I've checked that image, there is camera shake in it. I feared that there might be, but so I'm gonna stay and keep trying. It's really hard, it turns out, to not get camera shake here, because I just got wet pants, because the water that is, as it's rushing out, which is sort of when I'm jumping in, it's just vibrating the crap out of the tripod. Yeah, it's near impossible to not get camera shake, but near impossible means partly possible. So I'm gonna keep trying. I think I've done it. I think I've got the shot I was after. I just got a very lucky break there where this was all just sand and the waves were coming over these rocks here. Sorry, you can't see what I'm looking at. Got a lucky break then where that was all sand and the waves were crashing over there and creating a nice little waterfall. So I'm gonna take my wet boots and I'm gonna head on home. So we're out the back of Milton now. which is sort of west of Ulladulla and Mollymook, and hoping for a sunset. Forecast said a fair bit of high cloud, but also a fair bit of medium cloud. And I've just gone for a drive around and honestly had a really tough time picking any composition that I liked at all, until I've got to here and I've found this driveway that leads off to those old sheds in the distance here. It's far from ideal because the sun's gonna set over there, not over there. So the chances of us getting any colour are probably minuscule. So it's just the wind's picked up a little bit here, but I've got my composition sorted. Basically this road driveway snaking in from the right hand corner, this tree in the right hand side as well, and then leading off to those, I think they're old milking sheds off in the distance there. So I'm just going to focus 1/3 of the way into the image. ISO 64, f11, 1 second exposure. Okay, so we're officially post sunset. The sun's gone, and as you can see, very grey, not a scrap of colour. In fact, we're getting a few drops of rain. So I think we'll abort this one, pack it up, move it out, and try again in the morning, but on the coast this time. Good morning, it's another morning, morning 2, down in the Ulladulla Mollymook area. We're heading down to the beach again. As soon as Eddie hurries up, go. And I got a hot tip yesterday when I was out in the morning. I didn't get much of a sunrise yesterday morning, but managed to find some nice green moss on some rocks. And while I was photographing that, a local lady walked past and told me that up the beach a little bit further is some round pebble / boulders that she said absolutely come alive. They get covered in moss and they come alive at sunrise because half of them catch the light and half of them don't, so they get a real nice contrast. So I'm back again and I'm looking for those. So I'm pretty sure these are the rocks that lady was talking about, but unfortunately it's around the corner from the headland there, so they're not going to be able to see, or they're not going to catch any light at number one, and they don't have moss on them like was suggested. So I'm going to keep walking around the headland. This is a tidal headland, so it's lucky we're low tide or wouldn't be getting around this at all. I'm going to keep walking around this headland and see if I can get to a point where there are more boulders or there are more mossy green rocks. Oh jeez. But yeah, otherwise, if that doesn't work out, I'll probably walk back behind me, back down the beach. Not really liking this location because there's not going to be enough interest without that sunrise. So I'm going to head back down the beach, as I said, and try and find some of that nice green moss. Right, so I'm back down the beach now. I'm only ended up 100 meters further down from where I was yesterday. There's just these nice groupings of moss covered rocks here. I don't know if I like this group or that group or that group or whatever, but I'm just gonna, I think, try and capture some wave action over these. Literally very simple. I've got my camera and my polarizing filter. That's all I've got today, and just looking for a composition that I like now. I think, like yesterday, I'm going to end up with wet feet again, but you know, all part of the fun. You can see a wave's just washed up over these rocks, so I'm just going to wait for the water to start receding. What I'm going to do is set my camera up there, drop the neck right down like that. Yeah, and as I hoped, this little rock here's got just like a nice little angle on it. I'm hoping I can use that as a leading line. one of the key things with composition is try and look from a different perspective to what you would normally see. Everyone sees at eye level. Get down lower, get higher, get sideways. I'm about to get wet, so I'm just gonna go for a walk. Get sideways, you know, just different. Things always look much more interesting if they're from a different perspective to what people usually see. So I'll just grab that, and that should look really nice. Yeah, there you go. Not bad. Here's my mate, doing as he does, just hanging around. And here's his mate coming to say hello. These guys made friends yesterday morning. They're playing already. I think they've recognised each other. The dogs have had their play, and I'm having mine. That little sun gap through the cloud there is bloody beautiful. And, oh, excuse me. And the sun rays here, it's hard to tell now because I'm actually just got wet, but just there, the sun's just hitting the edge of these rocks. So I've actually moved my composition around slightly just to catch that light. It's still a really misty morning. Like looking down the coast there, it's just mist. But look that way, and just got this beautiful golden glow. So I've just actually jumped up on top of one of the rocks here, and I'm just trying a slightly different composition with basically the point of this rock leading out into the image. The textures and reflection off that wet sand over there as the waves recede. So I'm just going to capture an image here. They're just stunning. So I'm trying to capture them. Yeah, so I'm up on top of this rock and I'm just doing a quick focus stack. Rock, beach, far headland, and I'm also doing a bracketed image of the far headland to try and get that exposed correctly because it's quite bright out there. There's beautiful light hitting these rocks now, look at that. Narrow this into about 24 mil, as you can see there. And there's just, move it out a little bit there, because there is just absolutely gorgeous speckled light hitting that as the water reflects off. And I think with the polarizer on, that is going to come out lovely. Yeah. So I think that's probably about it.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching.